Behold the leader of the elite. They weren't so tough. Hey, what's happening, gamers? I'm Kwing, and welcome to the Let's Play channel. Today we are chatting about Manchester Black, direct from the Superman vs. Elite movie, but he actually appeared in the comics first. Now, this minifigure is unlocked during free play in the level You're Up Against It, get it? It'll cost you 30,000 studs. Like the movie, his main stick is mind powers, so he shoots lasers, which are mind stuff. He can hatch travel, read men's minds, and fly. Not much is known about this guy's origin. Well, not that I can share on a channel geared towards kids anyway. This Union Jack-wearing anti-hero came from a broken family, has a loving sister, and used to worship superheroes, especially Superman. However, he came to the conclusion that bad guys don't learn from just a slap in the wrist in prison. You have to kill them. He first appeared in Action Comics 775 in 2001. He is the product of a post-9/11 world, and very evil. Okay, so the Elite are an international group of anti-heroes that use lethal force against the bad guys. They also like to tape their adventures and post their battles for the public to watch them in action, even turning the public's mindset against criminals and Superman's way of doing things. Similar to what the Romans had their gladiators do way back in the day, with the public deciding one's fate. This causes a massive clash between Superman and the Elite later. So Superman talks to them constantly about, his way of doing things being the right way. At first, Black is kind of fanboying over Superman and really wants to work with him. He's very excited. This is his childhood hero. But after a mission in Libya together, well, Superman tend to follow the international laws and disable the bad guys, and then the Elite executed them and Superman slapped him in the face. Of course, even though Superman prevented casualties because he attacked Manchester, it kind of led to the two becoming mortal enemies. And of course, enemies with the Elite and the public are kind of like, whoa, why did Superman do this? This, of course, led to the battle on Jupiter and in the movie on the moon. Now, for when Superman fought the Elite, for the most part, it looked like Black was able to give Superman a stroke with his mind powers. Hat then weakened Superman with his magic, because, Superman's weak to magic. And Cold Cast hit him with the force of 1,000 suns, which would definitely kill someone other than Superman. Now, if you've seen the movie, then you know that this scene shows you just how powerful pre-52 Superman really was. And I'm not gonna lie, I really did think in this movie that Superman did pop. One by one, Superman picks off the Elite, giving the appearance that he's murdering them on television live, one by one. This also causes Superman's wife Lois to even be afraid of her husband, like, I've never seen this side of him. Black uses his ship Bunny and teleports back to Metropolis to fight Superman and use the public as, a shield, a human shield against Superman, thinking that there's no way Superman would risk endangering the lives of his people in his city. Wrong. Out of nowhere around Mach 8, he picks up Cold Cast and tosses him into orbit. And then he arrives right in front of Black looking cray-cray. Black is like, holy crap, I'm going to die. Black tries to fight Superman, but Superman just slaps him around. After the quick battle, Soup shows Black just how much he's been holding back by saying, I finally bought what you've been selling. He then uses his heat vision to cut out an abnormality in Black's brain, which essentially lobotomizes him and makes him powerless. Now, it should be noted in the comics, Clark gave Black a minor concussion temporarily, just removing his powers for a few seconds so he could defeat him. But Superman actually pulled a Justice Lord in the actual movie, which contradicts the message of the comic and what Superman was trying to showcase, where Superman, no matter what, won't sink to a bad guy's level. He did in the movie, and then gives a monologue saying how his robot saved everyone and he doesn't kill. Yet, he just used his heat vision on a dude's brain. Spoken like a true Justice Lord. Of course, the movie ends with he and Lois kissing, and then Superman flies and waves at the camera at the end. But that's not how it happened in the comics. Black actually promises Superman that he and his team will be back. Except in the movie, Superman removes all their powers like a villain. and in the comics they just are incarcerated or something like that. And Superman's like, okay, I wouldn't have it any other way. I'll beat you guys every other Sunday. After his powers come back much later, Black is recruited by President Lex Luthor to lead a new Suicide Squad against some bad guy on the moon. Oh yeah, Imperiex. And the battle between Imperiex and Doomsday I talked about in the lore video for Doomsday on this channel. You guys can go watch it. Basically what happens is Black's team is wiped out by Imperix's forces or whatever, and Black is able to survive by reprogramming Doomsday's mind to attack Imperiex, not Superman. So he survives and returns to Earth and then goes crazy for whatever reason. Now, after the whole Worlds at War, which is the comic series where Black is a leader of the Suicide Squad, back in Metropolis, Black reveals Superman's identity as Clark Kent to every bad guy in the city. Then he goes and kills Superman's wife, apparently, while Supes is dealing with all the supervillains attacking him due to his leaked identity. We also learned that Black wanted Superman to cross the line by destroying him in front of everybody. He was filming again, because this guy, he should have just been a YouTuber, essentially. So anyway, Clark holds Lois, and he looks like he's finally gonna give Black what he wants, but then he doesn't, and he gives a speech again. So this Superman, these comics, he really liked to give speeches. He then says, "I'll dedicate myself to seeing that you never get out of jail again." Upset that he can't win, Black is just like, you know what, I'm done. He releases a spell, no one knows who Clark is anymore, and Lois is just fine. After realizing that he's become what he never wanted to be, a villain, Black destroys himself. And there's a lot of debate about what happens to him after this. Some people say he becomes like a ghost or an astral form or whatever, and then he possesses his sister Vera, and it causes her to go insane. If you don't know who Vera is, it's his sister. She had robot arms or whatever. She led, like, Interpol or something in the movie. She's in it very briefly. She was a blonde, okay? That's what she was. So, in the comics, she creates a Justice League called Justice League Elite. But basically, what they are is they're a Black Ops team for the Justice League. They can do things that the Justice League can't. Kind of like Young Justice. As for the New 52, Black is a scientist that works with mind stuff at Star Labs, and that's about it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this quick video on Manchester Black. Thanks for watching. If you have a character you'd like to see, let me know in the comments below. Well, until we meet again, God bless and happy gaming. I'll see you on the next LEGO Batman 3 video. Bye-bye.